It's a great day. My name is Che Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur, and welcome to the Happy Entrepreneur Show, the number
Hi.
one business development and revenue focused late night show in the country where we are on a mission. And our mission really is to empower, our mission is to inspire, and our mission at the end of the day is to provide you, that's right, you, the hard-working entrepreneur, with all of the resources that are necessary to execute that big vision you have for the people you were called to serve. And on this episode, we have the one and only Gena. She's in the building, and she'll be talking about your nervous system is running your business, how to heal the body behind the brand. Can't wait to talk about that. What's going on, Gena? How you doing?
Hi. Good to see you again.
It's great to see you as well. I had a chance to meet you in person. I think it was in New York when we did. I think, if I remember correctly. But here's the question that's on everybody's mind. They're going to read your bio, so we'll tell them how famous you are in a minute and all the wonderful things you've done around the world in a minute. But they're looking at the topic, and they might be wondering, Shay, ask her when she says your nervous system is running your business. Can she break that down for the average entrepreneur like myself that's listening right now? What does that mean?
Yeah, the body always keeps the score. And so when we take a look at the reflection, our businesses are an extension of us. And entrepreneurship is a spiritual game, it's also personal development on crack. And I think of it as a video game. There are specific levels. And once you get from level one to level two, it's going to require different tools and skill sets. And some people may think, oh, I need more strategy. But in reality, we need to come back to what's going on in our inner world, in our body, in our belief systems, because that plays a role in our businesses, in our lives, in our health. It truly changes every aspect out there. And everything is connected: mind, body, soul. We cannot separate the two. And when we lean into taking a look at what are our belief systems, how do we view entrepreneurship, how do we view being the CEO of a business, a founder of our lives, they meld together as one. And so we need to come back, take a look at the body, and the nervous system is an extension of that. And so that's what I mean by uh, healing your nervous system in order to expand in your business.
Oh, I love it. And, many entrepreneurs, I'll say Shay Brown, because I'm sure I'm just all by myself, feel that they need to work a little harder, right? They got to put more into it. This might be an unfair question, but I'm curious what your view is. How does an entrepreneur, or the signs they'll start seeing when they realize that it's not working harder, but they got to work on the inside? So I guess the question is, how does an entrepreneur know when they've got to fix the inside first instead of just trying to work harder and harder on the outside? Is there any signs they see along the way?
For sure. You'll start to see the physical signs first, where burnout comes in, anxiety, depression. You're getting these physical symptoms, and you'll probably get to a point where your body starts to break down. Those are all sheer signs that you need to take a step back. We don't really need to lean into working harder. We're not saying that you're not a high achiever, right? We're not saying that. It's a matter of how can we meld the two worlds of, yes, we do work hard because entrepreneurship is hard, but also we can work smarter. We can, it doesn't have to be, you don't have to burn down your health, your life, or your soul to reach that level of success. And also, we want to take a look at, a lot of the times entrepreneurs forget why they start a business in the first place. And so we want to take a look at, let's reevaluate. Okay, is this the life that I intended to live initially when I first started this business? And if it's not, how can we regroup? How can we revamp? How can we reevaluate to get to that level of, our initial achievements or goals? And if it's not that, then what do we want? What life do we want to live? We don't want to be stuck in the survival mode, because that's not what we were born to do. And a society does really feed us that into the program. Hey, you need to burn everything down to the ground in order to be successful. Well, number one, what does success actually mean to you? What does freedom mean to you? And what does a thriving lifestyle mean to you? And then you reverse engineer it and work from there.
As you were speaking there, you were spot on. Thanks for sharing. There's some folks that are saying, Shay, I'm hearing her for the first time. They may be in the kitchen cooking dinner right now. Somebody may be at the gym working out right now. Someone may be just playing on their big screen TV. Hey, how y'all doing out there? They're watching us live right now, and we appreciate you. Even if you're listening to one of the podcasts, you're still here with us, and they haven't read your bio yet, but they like what they hear. So we'll slow down for a moment, and you might already know the question, which is take a few moments, tell them, who are you? Because they like to know that. And then what's the backstory that led you to being so passionate about where you are now?
Yeah. So I'm a wellness and spiritual life coach and mentor. And it's interesting where life has brought me. I'm also an author, a speaker, entrepreneur, obviously. That's why we're here on the show. But my story is, I'm going to try to condense it. It's very interesting. I was diagnosed with leukemia at age 3.5 years old. That was a near death experience. And then later on in life, I was diagnosed with thyroid cancer at age 20. Now, during that time frame, I guess you could call what I was asleep to a lot of how trauma could really play on the body in our lives. And once once age 20 came around and I went through the experience of going through thyroid cancer, I really took a step back because I did grow up in a very holistic, healthy, fit family. My parents are entrepreneurs, they have a family fitness and nutrition business. And I grew up playing sports. So I had to take a step back and ask, okay, what is going on here? I move my body, I exercise, I eat well. What else is going on? And when I took a deeper dive into Eastern medicine, energy medicine, holistic lifestyle, I started to put these pieces of the puzzle together and created, honestly, this methodology that I applied to my life. And I said, more people need to know about this. And I started to learn that energy is the main uh, through line between everything in life. So what I do is take a look at the mental, the physical, emotional, spiritual, and energetic buckets. And we take a look at what's going on and how we can reevaluate that in your life. A lot of people forget that emotions play a big role in ruling our lives. And so if you were to tell me 8 years ago that this is what I'd be doing today, I would probably laugh in your face and I would be in sheer disbelief. And I was also very, my parents are entrepreneurs, and I was actually very scared to go into entrepreneurship because behind the scenes, I saw what was going on and the grit and the hustle, and it's hard. But I also took a look at, after learning these things and applying it to my life, there's got to be a better way. There's got to be a way where I don't have to burn it all down in order to be successful in whatever capacity that means. And because I went through a situation where I didn't have health, right? I almost lost my life at a very early age. That really changed my viewpoint on life. And we're not meant to suffer every day and being stuck in survival. Life gets to be good. You get to be creative. You get to create the life of your dreams without harming yourself, without being stuck in the survival mode. And so that led me to developing and founding Holistic Human Performance and helping people not only become grounded in themselves and their health, but also what I learned when I personally leaned into becoming the healthiest version of myself, that also entailed following my soul's mission and purpose, following that soul pull, which is not easy. It is hard. It is hard. And that is why a lot of people, I think, get very hesitant to dive into those things that They have to confront. Like I said in the beginning,
Hmm.
entrepreneurship is personal development on crack. And I know it can be scary, I know it can be fearful, but think about what life could be like if you do confront those parts of yourself and what's on the other side of that. It is beyond rewarding, and personally doing it myself and then guiding other people through it, it's my mission and purpose. Like I can't shut up about it.
I love it. I love it. And I can hear the passion in your voice. What do you say to the person that's listening right now? Because you're spot on. And they're like, Shay, ask her about how does one take care of themselves and their body and mind without feeling guilty when other people are dependent on them. And the reason I tell that question, a number of folks that are watching right now, and we appreciate y'all allowing us to broadcast into your home. Thank you so much. You have a lot of choices and you choose to be with us. And we appreciate that. But somebody might be watching saying, Shay, I work a full-time job and I'm a full-time entrepreneur. Let her know that because I got a busy schedule. That sounds good. Someone else is saying, wait, let her know I'm responsible for my husband or for my wife or for significant other. Someone else is saying, Shay, let her know I have kids and my kids have a schedule and I've got to help them out. They're dependent on me. Someone else is saying, Shay, let her know that I'm kind of like you. I'm a caregiver. I'm responsible for someone else. Someone else might be listening and saying, you know where I'm going here, hopefully, but they're thinking, Shay, I'm involved in my community. I'm involved in my church. I got a lot going on. She's talking about making sure you take care of yourself. A lot of people are dependent on me, and I don't want to let them down and feel guilty. So I know this isn't a counseling session, but if you were speaking to the person that says, how do I take care of myself and when other people are dependent on me? What do you say to that entrepreneur that's watching?
Great question. At the end of the day, you choose your hard. You choose to be working for somebody else, that's hard. You choose to be an entrepreneur, that's hard. You choose to wake up early and work out, that's hard. You choose to not take care of yourself, not fill up your cup, not feel great, that's hard. So at the end of the day, you choose your hard and you need to take inventory and make the time of what you want to put your energy and effort into, especially if you're sitting here saying and complaining honestly about where you're at in life and you're not sure where to go. And that's okay. But if you're sitting here saying to yourself, I'm not happy, I don't feel fulfilled, I'm unhealthy, you need to make change because guess what? Only thing in life that's constant is change. And you have free will to choose that.
I love that. And can your family experiences or your childhood play into your mindset? Maybe experience you had as a child or experiences you had as an adult. If you'd been traumatized in the past, and again, I know it's not a therapy session, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm curious. What do you say to the person? And this is a different question, but who is struggling with being consistent? Sometimes they're on track, sometimes they're off track, sometimes they get started and they have the best intention, but they have a hard time. I don't know if it's being consistent or having the discipline, and they know they should be doing it. What advice do you share with your folks who struggle with just being consistent day in and day out?
Yeah, absolutely. I think you need to take a look at, okay, what do I have the capacity for? Because this is I want to break this down because it's all over the place. Subconscious reprogramming, nervous system regulation, wellness, it's all kind of tied into one another. But let's break this down in terms of what it looks like from a neuroscience perspective and how that actually is connected to spirituality. And because everything is energy, right? We are energetic beings having a human experience here on earth. And we do have circumstances growing up that may be not preferred. Big T trauma, little t trauma, but I want you to know that your past experiences does not mean it's going to happen in the future or right now. Too many of us are concerned with what has happened in the past and what is potentially going to happen in the future. And we don't focus on the present moment, which is where your creative ideas and intuition and awareness is at its peak. And so your subconscious programming, your programming system of what you grew up with, let's just say in childhood. Let's just say, for example, you grew up in a family where there was a lot of lack and scarcity. It's hard to make money, money is evil, etc. You take that with you throughout life, and that's running in the background a lot of the times unconsciously. And the subconscious is 95% of the operating system. It's the hardware to the software. And a lot of the times that will trigger the subconscious program belief systems trigger a nervous system response. And so that could either go into the survival mode or the rest, digest, healing state. So we need to choose and make a choice because a lot of people are asleep. They don't know until they know. And so I'm for those of you who are listening, amazing. Let's be aware of, let's just say I'm saying something right now and it's triggering a little something in you. I want you to take a beat and I want you to say, okay, where am I feeling this in my body? What's coming up? Why am I feeling triggered right now? Let's ask questions instead of stuffing it down, instead of suppressing. Let's ask why and let's get curious because once you open that door, there are 10 other doors that open and that will guide you to wherever you're meant to go. And so I implore you to sit here if you're feeling like, well, I can't do this or I can't do that. Okay, why? Let's go a little bit deeper. Where are you feeling that? And what limiting belief systems are coming up for you? What emotions, memories are coming up for you? And just take a moment to be with the self. It could literally be 30 seconds. It does not need to be a full hour. And I think that's the misconception a lot of people get where it's like, for example, meditation. Oh, people are meditating for an hour, 2 hours. No, it literally can be 30 seconds of you just micro moments throughout the day of recollecting your energy, taking inventory of where your nervous system is, and reevaluating, and then continue moving on and being present and more aware in life.
Well said. I love how you said that, by the way. I love how you broke down the three areas that I was going to bring in so well. Quick question. What do you enjoy most about what you're doing right now? Because one of the things, it looks like you're having fun. It looks like you're enjoying it. And you have a big smile on your face and you light up when you talk about it. What do you enjoy most about what you're doing now?
Ooh, that's such a good question. You know, what's been coming up lately is this sense of like sovereignty and freedom and being able to create a space where I know this work is life changing for other people. And to hear on the other side of the clients, the communities, readers, whoever comes across my work, and them receiving that and saying, you literally changed my life. How could you stop? How could I sit back and say, okay, I'm going to toss up the towel, even though things may not be as preferred or what I had envisioned. It keeps me going, and it's this sense of freedom and knowing that this is what my soul came here to do, and I know that I am on the path, and wherever that's going to take me, I'm open. And the sense of sovereignty and freedom is really what helps me like just be grounded in the sense of self. And also, I'm my daughter just turned 1. I'm a new mom, entrepreneur, and I have never felt better in my life. My health has never felt better. So sitting here saying this to you, it's there's something to this.
Wow. Now there's something to it. You're making it a reality every single day. And you kind of talked earlier about one of your setbacks, but I'm gonna come and revisit that because I think it's a good transition to a segment we have here called Today is My January 1st. And for those folks who tune in every night at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you know what we're about to do. It's that magical moment, and you can even say those words. Today is my January 1st. And for those folks who are tuning in for the very first time, today is my January 1st is our personal mantra at the Happy Entrepreneur Show. It represents a fresh start. It represents a do over. It means our past, no matter how dark and gloomy that past is, or how bright and sunny that past is back there, the past no longer equals the future. And so, my question for Jenna on the other side is really twofold. Number one, just when you hear those words, today is my January 1st, what even goes through your mind? And number two, was there ever another time where there was a setback in your life, and how were you able to bounce back from it?
Ooh, okay. So again, the word that comes up for me is sovereignty. This sense of self where you're not bogged down, you're not chained and shackled to other people's limiting beliefs, other people's judgment, shame, whatever it may be of you. It's regardless of that, and sitting back and knowing thyself and having such confidence in the value that I bring to the world, that you bring to the world, and that for sure would be my January 1st moment. And also knowing that, wow, look what I've created. Being in the moment of gratitude, and yes, always striving for better. We all have goals, we all have this, but taking a beat to say, look at how far I've come. Look at those versions of my past self that would sit here in disbelief and say, wow, you did that. That would be my January 1st moment.
Said so well. Thanks for sharing that. I appreciate that. And one of the questions I like to ask when we have a few moments is, what's one of the best pieces of advice you've ever been given? And I love to frame it for the audience so they understand that you've had a lot of mentors along this journey. You've read countless books along this journey of life, by the way. You probably watch more videos you can remember these days, especially with social media out there. But if you had to step back and say,
Yeah.
Shay, this is one of the best pieces of advice someone gave to me that I want to pass on to someone else, what would it be and why?
Oof. Great question. And I always come back to this. I was in my early 20s. I was in a hard place in life, working at a job that I was not really feeling. It helped me along the way. However, it was still is one of my best friends. He said to me, Jenna, never let anybody dim your light. And those words continue to echo in my mind over 10 years later. And so I always say to people, never let anybody take your light, never let anybody dim your light. Because at the end of the day, you are the leader of your life, and it's your responsibility to be the leader of your life. And when you shine bright, you give other people permission to also shine their light and to live a life that they can enjoy as well, and not be a sheep in society. And again, stepping into that leadership, that sovereignty, that is your birthright, and that we forget along the way of life because we just become so serious. We become so serious
Yes.
in life. So never let anybody dim your light.
I love it, by the way. And as we come down the home stretch, when you talk about don't let them dim your light, what do you do for fun? I mean, you have a newborn now, so I know you have a lot going on, but what does fun look like for you these days?
Ooh, I would say travel. And also, this is going to be funny, but my daughter has really helped heal a lot of inner child stuff for me, and also being extremely creative. So my enjoyment is watching her and like interacting with her and being able to sit down and color with her, to be able to do what I love and be a present mother. And she has really helped me realize that. And we for the month of August, we basically have, my family and I have been traveling, taking my daughter with us, and bringing my daughter with me to events and other things that, where I hold space for other people, and being able to spend time with her and also just enjoy these small micro moments in life that a lot of us just don't even, we're not even present for. And she's really helped me slow down a lot. And it's been a really really cool, healing, fun ride, even though motherhood is definitely challenging. It's one of the hardest jobs in the world, I know that, the life I had the intention to set up my life to be a present mother. I had this years prior to meeting my husband, to having her, to even starting my business, Holistic Human Performance. I had the intention years before, and so to again be in this moment, be able to be a present mother, do what I love, add value to other people, make money while doing that is an absolute dream. And yeah, we walk, we go outside together, we color, we play music together. It's fun to just sit back and be able to slow down and enjoy life. Those are the fun things we do.
I love it. You have a plan, you implement the plan, you make the adjustments along the way. Congratulations on being a mom, by the way. What a
Thank
precious
you.
thing.
Thank you.
That is so cool. As we come down the home stretch, a two-part question. Number one, are you taking on any new clients these days? And if so, what type of clients are you looking for? And number two, how can folks best connect with you? Where should they go? Is there a website? Is there a place? Should they connect with you on social media? What should the person do that's watching right now that wants a little more of Gena?
Yeah, absolutely. Taking on one-on-one clients. If you're someone who is looking to restructure your life, you're at a point where you're saying, this is not working anymore and I need to make a change. I want to become healthier. I want to live the life to my absolute fullest desires. I see a lot of entrepreneurs as well. So I work in that capacity in terms of coaching, mentorship, energy healing, sound healings. And also I have an app. It's the Holistic Human Performance app. And it's what we just spoke about, all of these integrational tools on the app to make it easy, where you have me and other professionals right at your fingertips. We have micro meditations, mobility flows, all things that help you mind, body, soul, and integrate this into your life easily and effortlessly. And you can find me at www.holistichumanperformance.co. You can find me on social media. I have my personal, which is at Gena Bradshaw, and the business page, which is at Holistic HP.
Well, let me say thanks so much for being on the Happy Entrepreneur Show. You're amazing. You're incredible. Keep doing the good work you're doing now.
Thank you so much. It was such a pleasure and great to see you again.
You as well. And thank you to viewers. Thank you for tuning in. And thank you for welcoming us into your home. We appreciate that. And I never get tired of reminding you, every night at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, no matter what's going on in your life, whether you're doing really, really well and you're just looking to get to that next level of success, or maybe you've been hit with the punch that you never saw coming. The one thing I do believe is that today is your January 1st. And because of just that one reason alone, I believe your best is still yet to come. Your best is yet to come. Your best yet to come. That being said, we out of here. Gena, thank you. Peace, everybody.
Thank
We'll
you.
see you on the other side. God bless.